If you feel like the world is falling apart or your life is unraveling, you're in the right place. Welcome. I'm Anna. Welcome to all my fellow travelers on this shared journey of awakening, and welcome to all those eavesdropping robots. I'm sitting here in my favorite spot outside. It might start raining any moment now, with the birds and the bumblebees and the ants and my desert willow. I'm really feeling into the energy weather right now and the intensity of it. I'm hearing from other people about how difficult a time it is right now, how lives feel like they're unraveling, how the outer world feels like it's crumbling, how all of these systems are breaking down, and they are breaking down. You know, the medical system is one, the educational system, government, all sorts of things, at least government at the, at the top levels. So here we are finding ourselves on this day, especially recording on the day that Barbeau's basket goes exact. It'll be exact later today after some hours. And this is this really beautiful, harmonious outer planet that looks like a basket, or outer planet configuration in the cosmos, or the firmament, however you choose to define reality. That is, I think I have an ant somewhere. We'll see. It's a big lineup between all the outer planets: Pluto, Neptune, Uranus. And Pluto and Uranus are in the signs of Aquarius and Gemini, which have a lot to do with sudden change, deep change, changes in relationship to power, especially abusive power. Very, very transformational. And getting in on the action is Jupiter in direct opposition to Pluto. And so this is a time where, if it feels like the fabric of reality is unraveling, it's because it probably is. And you don't need to even use the word probably when you look at trying to navigate various systems, at least in the United States, and how challenging it is, how difficult it has become. My father has an unfortunate need to navigate the Western medical healthcare system, and it is just so deeply challenging for him. And there just aren't enough healthcare providers. We all know they don't spend enough time. They don't look deeply. You have to be your own advocate. And when you are actually in need of medical care, it's really difficult to be your own advocate. So it's a really challenging time for him. And he's not alone in that. There are many, many, many people having very challenging times right now. I myself really felt like crying every day for this last week. And, there's lots of reasons why. Maybe it's all of my placements in Cancer while Mercury is retrograding through Cancer and reminding me and having me review so many things. Who knows? Lots of reasons why. But it's challenging and I'm feeling it. And, people need a lot of support right now, and they don't always know where or how to get that support. But one thing that is really important to come back to, and this is part of the awakening process, is awakening to and awakening out of the myth of materiality, the myth of separation, and remembering and reawakening to the felt sense, the lived experience of connection to the ground of being. And so the ground of being might be God, it might be consciousness, it might be the cosmos, it might be nature. There's a lot of different ways that we all can relate to the ground of being. And at this time, I feel genuinely sad and have immense compassion for people who don't have any sort of lived connection to or belief in something greater than themselves. And that's what this time of awakening is really about. It's this invitation to take your spirituality even deeper. It's this invitation to ground into this shared field of love and shared field of consciousness, and to extract our attention and therefore some level of consent from consensus reality. And this is not to spiritually bypass that terrible things are happening in the world, but we don't have to be aware of it or take action on it or name it. There are terrible things happening in the world right now. People are hurting. People are hurting financially. They're hurting psychologically, emotionally, physically, and that's across the board all over. But not everyone is. We have to remember that. I just want to remind you that not everyone is in a state of distress. And so our work as spiritual warriors in this time is to maintain connection with that ground of being, even if it's fleeting connection. It's pretty difficult. None of us are monks sitting, on a mountaintop. I feel like I have bugs all over me, and I do. None of us are monks on a mountaintop, meditating for 24 hours a day, not even sleeping because you don't need sleep anymore. That's not us. We go to work, we have jobs, we have dogs who need to be walked, we have chores that need to be done, we have parents that need caretaking, we have children that need caretaking. We have to keep showing up to life. But how do we keep showing up? And this is the work that we're here to do. How do we keep showing up in a way that is deeply aligned, in a way that is connected to this ground of being, so that as we move through our daily chores and tasks and beingness, we are bringing a sense of hope and care and love and compassion with us to the best of our ability, right? Because when we're in it, we're in it. But the thing to remember is that everyone is in it right now. And my in itness doesn't trump or supersede anyone else's. And it's not an excuse not to move through the world with awareness and with compassion for others and with compassion for yourself. You're in it. And so when we're in it, we have to return to the most foundational basics of life. Are you getting enough hydration? Are you eating enough? Are you sleeping enough? It's been tremendously difficult for me to sleep this last week. Unbelievably difficult. And that makes everything harder. It brings the tears right up to the surface. So those basics. Hello, Bumblebee. Have you talked to your friends, to your family, to your team? Are you connecting with your team of energetic supports, your ancestors, the natural elements around us, the ants, the bumblebees, the hummingbirds? Are you grounding? Just because it's hard doesn't mean that we can't still be kind to one another and kind to ourselves. And it is hard. I'm going to be hosting a listening circle soon. It'll be free. Anyone can come join. And in it, how these work is, it's not a space for receiving coaching or receiving spiritual counsel. It's a space to be heard. And so I'm going to be asking some questions around how you're navigating this time. And you'll get to share if you want to, but you'll also be creating a listening space for others to share their experience. I've done this before. It's been almost 2 years since I started this. And it's really powerful to sit in and listen and understand and understand the experience of other people. So I'll be sharing about that in my newsletter. I'll be posting some information about it, and I'll speak about it again next week. It'll probably be in August. I haven't set the date yet. But it'll be just a space where we can come together in community and be with what is. And so if that feels like it would be a support for you, I want you to know that that's going to be coming up and it's available for you. And I can't, one time slot doesn't meet the needs of the entire planet of time zones. So I'll probably offer 2 so that folks in Europe as well as in the Australia and New Zealand areas and Asia can also tune in. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, your invitation is to really remember. This is the thing of this time. It is a time of great forgetting. Forgetting our essence, right? I preached about the cult of personality and how we have, traded true essence for surface level personality, and it's empty and vapid, and all the mosquitoes are trying to get me now, so we're gonna have to close this out soon. But this is a time for us to remember. And this basket in the sky above us with this incredible dynamic energy and tension. There's an incredible tension holding the top of this thing together between Jupiter and Pluto. Remember, Jupiter wants to expand and Pluto wants to completely transform. So there's a lot of different ways of looking at it. And from my, micro experience in astrology, the way that I'm thinking about it is that Jupiter wants to pour some gasoline on the flames of transformation that Pluto has to offer. And so while it does feel like it's a dumpster fire out there, it might get more so with this Jupiter thing. But remember that this is an invitation to Toonies. This is an invitation to really let go of any investment in the way things used to be, and to let go of any investment in, and this is a hard one, thinking that you have any control over the situation, any control over outcomes. It is an invitation into deep, deep surrender and really relinquishing any, this is so hard. It's not easy to do this. Let's really be real. It's not easy to let go of control and to let go of our need to know and our need to have an outcome go our certain way. But more than ever, that way of moving through the world is not working anymore. And in fact, it's how, the collective we has gotten to this place where we are. So this is it. There might be sudden changes coming, there might not be. But the changes are happening inside of us. That's the thing to remember. We want the world outside to change. We want X, Y, or Z to happen. The world inside needs to change, and the world inside is changing. And so our work is to find the flow of that rhythm right now and to move in harmony with that and not swim upstream and to let the currents take us while keeping our heads above water. That's like staying awake in the midst of this current of change, is keeping your head above water, because we could also get tumbled and wind up on the edge, spinning out in a little eddy on the side of the river. We want to be in the middle of this current, and we need our heads up, we need our eyes open, we need our ears open, and we need our hearts open. This river is taking us someplace. We don't know where. We hope it's to that better world we all know is possible, or that we all dream is possible, but we really don't know yet. And so it's the time for radical openness and curiosity, radical compassion, radical gentleness. So that's my wish for you today. Is there a way for you to get this bug off of you while still maintaining the camera and staying extremely gentle, finding extreme gentleness for yourself and for others and for the earth, and to keep staying awake and doing the hard work of your internal change processes. And I hope that if this listening circle offer resonates with you, that you'll join us, and that if you need any more support, that you'll reach out to me directly. And the hummingbirds are sending us off. I wish you a beautiful day, a beautiful exactitude with Barbeau's basket, and beautiful gentleness. Thanks for being on this journey with me.